Rick, 4 games in a matter of 3 days. Talk a little bit about how you guys prepare for something like this because it is a tough task mentally and physically.
Well, fortunately for us, we had a pretty good stretch just this previous week, and we were able to play that Friday and Saturday and have the Sunday off and come back that Monday. It wasn't back to back, but I think those 3 games in 4 days really prepared us and give us a little taste of what our bodies will feel like and how we should go about our preparation and how we make sure our guys get off their feet and type of food nutrition that we're trying to emphasize and so forth. So I think we should respond a little bit better than we did the past week. Again, we're growing, and I see us moving in the right direction.
From a preparation standpoint, how do you prepare for that type of action in that short amount of time, knowing you're playing potentially so many different teams?
Well, basically, this is the time you need to focus on you, need to focus on your team, which is our team. We're focusing on some of the things, you look back at the Connorsville loss, and you look at a quarter and a half of that Tech game, and then you look at the fourth quarter of that Dunbar game. We haven't played all that bad. I mean, I go back and look at the Connorsville game. We had some good opportunities. I think the Connorsville game, there was some effort. There was, I've been preaching multiple efforts, not just the first effort, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. And obviously we're still not there yet, but it's going to take some time for our mentalities to get to that point. Championship ball clubs, they give you a second, third, fourth effort, and we're not there yet, but we're getting better. And then again, you look at how we got off to a better start Monday. I think that was refreshing that our guys were ready to play. I don't think that we haven't been ready to play. I just think that our offensive execution has lacked in some of those games. I think we've missed some shots that we've been making, or shots that you need to make to get off to a good start. So, getting off to better starts has been a big focus for us the last couple days. I think we're trying to get more guys in the paint on rebounding instead of standing out on the perimeter watching. And then we want to do a better job of, after we get a defensive stop, we want to get that thing down the floor a little bit faster. I think we've kind of gotten to a lull with not being as good a transition as I anticipated us being. And we're going to continue to focus on those types of things.
So much, speaking of focus, made on this first-round game between you guys and Seton. Everybody knows everybody. They played well this year, even though they lost their last contest against Union, or against University. They ended up beating a good Northeastern team. What do you expect on Monday? What kind of game is this going to be?
Well, I expect at 7 o'clock we're going to tip the ball off. In our minds, it's not about Seton. It's about Richmond Red Devils getting better. And obviously Seton is the next opponent up. We know, some of the things that, how they feel about this game, and the things that they've been saying about this game, and we're not going to get into a war of words or back and forth. We're just going to come out and be ready to play and, show, who the best team in Richmond is.
They have a player that Desmond Bain, averaging about 30 points per game, is getting several Division I offers. How do you slow a kid like that down? And then seems like he does have a good, at least against Northeastern, they showed they had a good cast of three-point shooters and a good cast of players around him.
Well, a kid like Desmond, a player of his caliber, you don't really stop him. You slow him down. You just want to make him work for everything that he gets, and you don't want any of his teammates to really get off and have a great night. Des was going to get his points. He's going to get his rebounds, and I know he'll be ready to play. And so I love Desmond. I love his game. I think he's a great kid, and so only time I'm not a big a supporter of Desmond is when he's playing the Richmond Red Devils. I was happy that they was able to get a win the other night against Northeastern, and it just shows the caliber of ball clubs that we have in our county and in our area. There's some good players individually, and there's some good teams, and all the coaches from Brent Ross to Coach Jurgens and the new save out at Centerville and Detweiler and Kerry Brown. Of course, he got a good win. I mean, there's some really good coaches in our area, and I'm just proud and honored to be a part of this coaching fraternity. Everybody's been helpful to me, and it's just a matter of one game. But at the end of the day, we have a point to prove in this tournament that we're getting better. We're on the upside. We're not going to stay stagnant. We're going to keep working on our weaknesses, improving upon our strengths, and try to be a better ball club when it really, really matters.
My final thing is when I was looking at all the capsules of all these teams and putting all that together, a lot of good teams, a very balanced field in the tournament this year. It's going to take quite an effort to win this thing.
Absolutely. I would say from top to bottom, this could be the best field that we've had. Obviously, Columbus North was good there for a while, but there was some drop-off in some areas. But I believe from top to bottom, I think anybody that comes in Monday morning, Monday ready to play, can win this tournament, and that includes us. And there are some good teams from all parts of the state. I think that this is the best holiday tournament in the state because of the way our athletic administration, and our athletic supporters go about putting on a good show. It's like good old Southern hospitality. Our guys, our folks, and our fans, they really put the program first. And the WETTIG tournament is a big deal to them and their families. Chad Bosa obviously initiated this program, and Joe was instrumental of getting some other teams, some new teams in. And this fall, Frank and I thought about, we brainstormed on some other teams to try to be a part of it, and fortunately we found some new teams like Heron and the Lighthouse School up in Indy and Warren Central, and of course some of the other teams. We got a Leo team, a good Leo team coming in this year. I think Valpo and Portage from where I'm from, they'll represent the region very well. And Fort Wayne Northside, they're about as good as anybody in the state. They've got as big a lineup as I've seen across the state. And so, Shabazz is a friend of mine, a former teammate of mine at Earlham. And, I wish for the best for him this week. And so it's going to be a great tournament. And I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to experience my first year as the head coach of Richmond, and I'm a competitive guy, and I do all this with the mindset to win. And obviously, you don't win them all, but this will be a good opportunity to get some more confidence as a ball club, to show our community that we're working our tails off to get better. And we're a much better ball club than our 2-6 record shows. I just think we've just played some really tough ball teams that were a little bit more experienced, that were a little bit better than we are right now. And it's not a reflection of, our kids' work ethic or toughness and stuff. It's just we need to get better. And the experiences we've had, the adversities we've had to overcome will make us a better team for today and down the road. And, it's my job to stay positive. It's my job to pick up these guys. There's a lot more basketball in a few of our guys that they're showing. And, not making excuses for them, but, being a new coach, we're doing this. I mean, at the end of the day, man, we're doing the same stuff that we've done the last few years. So I have not reinvented the wheel. Our pressing, our dribble drive offense and some of the things we do, I mean, it's what we've done. And so obviously we have different players executing those offenses and defenses. And I didn't forget how to coach basketball. I didn't forget how to play basketball, or my understanding of the game hasn't changed. Just we run into some tough times, and I will continue to believe in myself. I will continue to believe in my staff, and I will continue to believe in these kids. These kids, they deserve to have some success, and I think we're coming together as a team, and hopefully it will show this week.